What is going on, guys? FMU here. Welcome back to yet another episode of TEW. We're on a bit of a roll now, aren't we? We're getting a few episodes out. Oh, excuse me. You probably tell I'm recording this not long after recording the last one. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a few bulk recordings to get ahead and stuff. Today's episode of Evolve Live, we have another new signing for you. And we're having a bit of an open challenge as well. A surprise appearance from somebody very briefly, and lots more of tasty goodness. So without further ado, take a look at it, see what you think. So we open the show with Brad Maddox. He comes down to the ring to open the show, and his first point of business is to announce, I said last episode that we had him here, we were just waiting for him to be freed up. Cody Rhodes has signed a contract with the company. So he was already here, but in terms of our stint at the show, we're starting afresh. Cody Rhodes has been, he's been announced, and he is now an Evolve Wrestling superstar. While Cody Rhodes is addressing the crowd for the first time, Jack Swagger, classic swag, turns up and interrupts, demanding his title shot after last week's main event debacle. He got a 49D+. If you remember last week, Ryback and Swagger kicked 10 shades out of each other, and they ended up being both counted out. So there was no winner to determine the number one contender for the title, which is held by obviously Drew Gallimore. So out comes Cody Rhodes just to introduce himself. He's doing a bit of a chit chat, cut a bit of a promo, saying how proud he is to be here, how pleased he is, what he's going to get up to. The usual, I want to be number one, which everybody says, even if they're a low mid card, they're like, I want to be number one, I want to be the best, I want to win titles, all that sort of stuff. And Swagger strolls on out, and he's like, shut up, Cody. I've got a bit of history, I know who you are, you know who I am, so you better shut your face. You, Mr. Maddox, I want my title shot. You screwed me over last week, sticking me in the ring with that Neanderthal Ryback. Look where it got us. I want my title shot. Do it, and do it now. And I've made a mistake. Ignore this. His name isn't there. His name isn't there. His name isn't there. Brad Maddox books a match between Ryback and Jack Swagger. So basically, Brad is like, okay, you want your title shot, you've still got to get past Ryback, it's only fair. So we're going to have a rematch tonight for the number one contendership, and you and Ryback will fight it out man to man, one on one, face to face in the place. A 49D+ again, so a decent little segment there. Really pleased with that, it's gone over well. It's progressed the storyline, so it's not a bad start really to the show at all. Not bad at all. And then we go into the night's first little match. It's just a throwaway match. Ricochet will be getting involved late a bit, after these initial storylines have passed, because he's an absolute legend. I mean, 72 performance. He's kicking on, this boy, in about that good wrestling, and but didn't have much weight in the heat. Ricochet defeated Sami Callihan after 9 minutes 42 by pinfall, so he's picked up another win. He's got a good bit of momentum going. 64C for the rating of the match, and like I say, he got 72 for his in-ring performance. Callihan only getting a 48, so Ricochet is a big time player in terms of this company, and he will be involved going forwards. But at the moment, we've got our set little regime leading up to a pay-per-view. I've got a very, very, very good pay-per-view in mind. Hopefully it'll all work out. So we're not too far away from that. I think we've got a couple more episodes, and then we're ready to roll. And then Brittany Fetkin hosts an interview segment with the Dudleys, or Ray and Devon as they're known in this, and 47D, that's probably because of Brittany, to be fair. We're still trying to get her up a little bit, try and get her over a little bit with the fans. It's going to take a bit of time for them to get used to her, but she's a lovely lady, I'm sure they will. So it's just basically saying, Big Ray, you got a match coming up later on tonight against Harlem Bravado, one off of the tag team champions. How do you feel about it? And Big Ray's just like, it gives me the opportunity to test the waters, see what these boys are like. get a feel for them before me and Devon step in there and school them on the art of tag team wrestling, all that sort of stuff. Devon's there throwing in a bit of a throwback to the Brother Devon days, giving a testify and all that sort of stuff with his national title over his shoulder. So just a little bit of a filler segment just to kind of tick us over before we start getting into the real nitty gritty storyline stuff a little bit later on in the show. Then we have the number one contender for the national title in a filler match again, and they had decent wrestling, didn't have much in the way of heat. Mason Ryan defeated Timothy Thatcher on 7 minutes 52 with a Cobra Clutch Slam. 45D, Mason Ryan had an in-ring performance of 49, Thatcher was 37. So it's a decent match. It's just a filler match, just slightly building Mason Ryan's momentum a little bit. He's picked up another win, so it's also helping him. His performance is 49 now. It's slightly improving. I want to be careful with Tim Thatcher though. I don't want to bury him too much because he is he's quite a well-known guy in this company, and he gets good results. He gets good ratings and stuff when he's put with certain people. So I want to be careful not to bury him. He may lose a few matches leading up to and involving the pay-per-view just to kind of help get the other guys over, but then after that I'm going to have to get him on a bit of a winning streak. But like I say, D45, not a bad rating at all. And then following that match we cut backstage for a C-56 little segment, and it's just backstage and people will see me chatting to Trish Stratus. Now, Trish has been at the company a little while now as a road agent, but she's going to get a little bit involved coming up in the next few weeks to help me out and get something a little bit over. She's debuted her fan favourite gimmick, and it's only got below average, which is very disappointing. I expected more than that. But Trish, she's here. She's working as a road agent for me. God bless her. Her and D'Lo Brown are my road agents. Remember D'Lo Brown? Blast from the past. He's still actually active as a wrestler, so we could have him get a couple of guys over on the pre-show. Maybe, baby. But Trish, she's there, and me. You don't actually hear what we say. It's just one of those segments where, you'll see us sort of in an office having a bit of a chat. We'll look, see the camera, shut the door, carry on chatting sort of thing. One of those sort of segments. But it's got a very good reception for me at this level, C-56. I'm happy with that. And we crack on with the show with people wondering, and you at home wondering, why is Trish Stratus there and what are they talking about? Maybe I'm trying to get her to take her clothes off. I probably would be trying to. Anyway, let's move on. So we go to the first kind of storyline match of the show. Big Ray versus Harlem Bravado. And Big Ray won. He defeated him in 7 minutes 31 with a pinfall, with a sit-down full Nelson atomic drop. It got D43. It would have got higher if we'd have put him against somebody of a little bit more reputation, but we've got to build up the Harlem Bravado. And what's the other guy's name? Is it Lance Bravado? I think it's Lance, isn't it? We've got to try and build... Yeah, Lance. It says here, though, that they're an awkward pairing that have no chemistry. They're brothers. How can they have no chemistry? They're a tag team. They have been for a long, long time, but apparently they've got no chemistry at all. Big Ray got a 54. Harlem got a 34, and it did progress the storyline a little bit, as I said. And it's saying Big Ray is getting better at his gimmick, which is good. He's starting to work on it. He's starting to get to grips with it a little bit better. Also, I don't know if you noticed, we're starting to get a couple of thousand people turning up, which is brilliant. I'm really pleased with that. We're starting to get a lot more people turning up to the arenas that we're booking, which is really, really good. Hoping that we can get regional soon. Really hoping that we'll start upping our game and get up to regional soon, because with regional will come even better guys that we might be able to get on a slightly better deal. I think we can't really get a lot of the big guys until we probably hit Cult on written contracts, but it would be nice. And also it's helping us get a bit of money in, because we are really speculating to accumulate at the moment, kicking out money on people like Big Ray, Ryback, Swagger. They're costing a fair penny, so we're kind of speculating to accumulate at the moment. So Devon's just watched his bro, his buddy, his pal, Big Ray winning his match against Harlem, and he's got in the ring, grabbed the mic, and he said, I want a bit of action for myself. So here's what I'm going to do. Mason Ryan, not you, because you are the number one contender for the pay-per-view. So you will face either me, or I'm going to issue an open challenge. And if somebody wants to accept it, if they beat me, that's who Mason Ryle will face at the pay-per-view. So let's do this. Open challenge, national title. And Ethan Page's music hits, and he comes skipping on down to the ring, ready to take on Devon. And in a decent match, Devon defeated him. So Page lost on 5 minutes 42 by pinfall with the scoop power slam. 54 C-, pretty decent. Big Ray did some good work at ringside, and Devon had an in-ring performance of 59. Ethan Page got 44, and it's just helped progress the storyline just a little bit. And it gives Devon the opportunity to defend his title before the pay-per-view and so on and so forth. So that's gone over really well. I'm pretty pleased with that. And then we cut backstage, just a really little segment where we've got Aaron Class and he's chatting to Leo Rush, and he's like, mate, we're in this tag team match later on. I've got you back. Don't you worry. Me and you, we're good, we're tight. It says that his performance for Class was good. Leo didn't look so good, but he got a D42. So he's kind of helping Leo. He is kind of getting Leo over slowly but surely, which is good. He's come in, doing a little bit of a mentor thing with him and kind of helping him through this initial rivalry before they'll part ways and do their own thing. And then we go over to the match, which got a 50D+, which isn't bad. In a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Class and Leo Rush defeated Carr and Barry in 11 minutes 44 when Class defeated Carr by pinfall with the Idolizer. And it says obviously that Class carried the match with his in-ring performance, which was expected. A 40 for Rush, 67 for Class, a 41 for Barry and a 41 for Carr, and it's just advanced Leo and Bill's storyline slightly. So that match has gone down pretty well. I'm quite pleased with that. But then, because of who the attackers are and who the victims are, we drop ratings massively to an E28. Bill Carr and Barry attack Class and Rush. Just after the match, bit of jealousy kicks in, bit of anger. They're a bit peed off that they've lost, so they go and attack them from behind and leave them lay in a pool of their own sorrow in the middle of the ring after the match. Then we get a solid C61 for the champion Drew Galloway against Kyle O'Reilly. It had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Galloway beat O'Reilly in 6 minutes 1 second with submission from the Iron Maiden after blatantly cheating yet again. So O'Reilly seemed off his game. Galloway and O'Reilly have pretty good chemistry, which is good, and a 63 for Galloway and a 57 for O'Reilly, so a really, really good solid match from those two guys. I'm really pleased with that. Good to see two guys that work well together. I have to remember that Galloway and O'Reilly can work quite well together going forwards, because O'Reilly he's a good guy. He's quite popular at the moment at this level, so utilise him going forwards as well. Him, Ricochet and Thatcher as well, who's a good heel going forwards. And then following the match, we get a C-56, another good little rating. Following his victory, Drew Galloway gloats about how no one can beat him, and that the result of the main event is obsolete. Little tip of the hat to the Hardys there. It's at this point that I come out. My music, whatever that may be, kicks in and I appear, and I'm like, Drew, my friend, I'm so pleased you don't care who you face at the pay-per-view, because I'm going to throw in an old friend of yours in the shape of Cody Rhodes, because of Jack Swagger's ignorance earlier on and interrupting our new signing. He is being entered into the main event, which is coming up next. So I've come out and basically said, Jack Swagger, you're a moron. You interrupted our new signing, which is not on. I will not tolerate such rudeness. So for that, Cody is going to come in and be involved in your little match. So now it's not just 50-50, it's a three-way dance, my friend. So get ready for the pain. And then, after Cody's made his way to the ring, Drew Galloway's ran away. The match gets underway between Rhodes, Swagger and Ryback for the number one contendership. Gets a solid C61. In a good match, Ryback defeated Cody Rhodes and Jack Swagger in 12 minutes 7 seconds when Ryback defeated Cody Rhodes by pinfall with a silverback attack. It says Ryback was the weak link and struggled to keep up with everybody in the ring, so I really need to start being mindful that Ryback can't really do over 10 minutes in the ring, which is a shame. Swagger was off his game, Ryback was off his game. Cody got a 65 rating, Swagger got a 68, but Ryback only got a 56, which is surprising because it keeps banging on about how over he is. When you look at the what's it called? I can't remember where you look at like who's hot and who's not and stuff. I can't remember what it's called now. But it says that's him, how over he is and how popular he is, and how good he's doing at the moment, but his ratings don't really reflect it. It's very bizarre, but anyway, he has won, and it will be Ryback going to the pay-per-view to take on Drew Galloway for the Evolve title. And that is the end of that. A solid nearly 60, one off, 60 minus 159 C rating. We again increased popularity in 30 regions. You can see in the pre-show on the very bottom, we had a three-way dance between some lovely ladies: Madison Rain, Alison Kay, and Brooke Adams. So maybe that shows you why Trish Stratus was here. Maybe, possibly. And then Caleb Conley beat Fred Yehi, or Fred Yoder as I like to call him, and Dickinson and Yaka, the former tag team champions, defeated Gresham and Williams in that. So all in all, not a bad day at the office. Joint top rating goes to Ryback's match and Drew Galloway's match, so those two both got 61 ratings. The lowest of the day was the 28th for Cara and Barry attacking Class and Rush. That was expected. That storyline won't go past the pay-per-view. It was just one to try and get something which wasn't title orientated going. I already do have an idea for another non-title storyline to kind of fill in for that afterwards, so watch your space with that. But we're chugging along nicely. We're starting to get there. Like I say, the crowds are going up, the ratings are going up, the performances are going up. It's all sort of moving in a steady but nice direction, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think going forwards, I think when the next pay-per-view hits, we're gonna be in a very good place. I've got a little script written down with matches and angles for the pay-per-view, which obviously can change depending on circumstance and stuff. But I think it's gonna be really good, and I'm hoping for you guys to be pleasantly surprised by the time that pay-per-view's finished. Trish Stratus. Oh, she is so fine looking. She is so beautiful. So she's here. You didn't know she was here before, but she was as a road agent. So she's been there in your face the whole time and you never knew about it. How'd you feel about that? And also the not so sexy D'Lo Brown. He's also a road agent, but there you go. So we've advanced a few storylines. We've got a number one contender in Ryback. Despite Cody Rhodes and Jack Swagger trying their best to stop him, he has made it to the main event of the pay-per-view, which will be in a couple of episodes time. So that storyline is going to obviously continue going through, clicking on and stuff, and we'll see how that unfolds. But all in all, a good show today. I've been really impressed with how we've kind of started to slowly progress forwards and move on and stuff, so I'm really pleased with it. I think it's gone well. Still a few more new signings to come into it. Obviously Big Ray is now sort of starting to get going, but we can't really do the tag team thing until Devon has come to the end of his national title run, whenever that may be. Obviously he's defended it today after his open challenge, and all in all it's gone well. Obviously Cody Rhodes has signed as well. We knew he was here, but now that he's not tied up with other companies and stuff, he's officially arrived. So going forwards, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with him as well. So all in all, like I've said, a fairly decent show. Let me know in the comments down below, did you think it was a good show? Why do you think Trish is here? Are the ladies a hint, or is it completely far-fetched? way off the mark or whatever, but let me know down below in the comments what you think. And also, do you think Ryback, for one, will make the main event, and two, do you think if he does make the main event, will he win it? The main event of the pay-per-view, I mean, anyway. But for now, guys, I'm out of time, so now's your time. Do you want to leave a like or a dislike? Feel free to leave either. Or, like I say, if you've got a burning desire to just dislike something for no reason, feel free down below. It's all good, whatever, guys. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. To the pip.